everybody. This is part 2. And I'm sorry I had to do that. The cells only hold so much, and that's that. Which is really why it's really weird to me how my altars were my one exhibitionist mainly. Because my other one, my little Mona, didn't really use the video camera. I don't think she knows how to. So my exhibitionist is the one doing it all night, and possibly the male. But yeah, I don't know how they were able to get so many freaking videos, because I never can. So it's weird. But yeah. Now I'm on to the next part. And that was my first, probably it was my first 4 years. Maybe up to 5, up to age 5. I think I had mainly a couple interchanging when I was adopted. I do believe I had a people pleaser, that one that was the adult housekeeper. She was always in and out when I was an adult. She made it so that I felt safe there, and I think she was there a lot. I also believe I had a actress one, because I think my actress one was the one that loved mimicking TV series and movies that I saw. She was one that just basically came in when I really started getting into acting, and I don't know what to call these. I do know one of them would be the Mona one. I don't know all the names for the other ones, so I'm sorry I haven't really talked to them or anything. So that's mainly what I can think of for that. There might have been other ones, there was secret things that happened that I'm not really going to talk a lot about, because I'm not talking about it. But things happen, and I think I might have developed an altar, and based on things that had happened, that's why I don't like rock music, and I get scared of being left alone. It's another reason. So that might have been my little self that came out once in a while. I was my beginning self for a while, and then I kind of changed, and I stopped being that little Mona. I wasn't her most of that time. I think she left, and I just changed. I wasn't really accepted as who she was, and I think she caught on, and I think she was scared of the environment. So for most of my time, when I was growing up, I was not. She left me, and I feel bad, because that was my little part of me, and she was she realized she wasn't going to be accepted, and she was still there. She was still inside of me, but yet she was forced to stay away. And that also is my vibrant self. So most of my childhood and in my teen years, I wasn't very, how do you say it? I wasn't very I wasn't genuine feeling, and I always felt like I was lying. I felt like a part of me was closed, and I didn't have it, because I had to quiet myself down. And I have this big personality, and it was locked away for all my life. And, I still carried parts of it, and I think I changed parts of it to fit in. But she was still there, and I don't even remember her. And it's really sad, because, it's this has become my norm, but yet she's there. And I guess when I get very excitable, she comes out a little bit, and I see her again, but she's not always there. And most of the time I feel so put down in my strength and in my energy, and I've become this little thing, this little creature, and it's not me, and when I am me, I feel like the whole world judges. And I'm a very, very high energy type person, and yet I feel so weak sometimes, and I feel so small. And back when I was little, I was totally different. You wouldn't even recognize me. You would think you would see how I'm split, and I know my adoptive family meant well. I don't blame them, but my environment changed, and being very headstrong and confident and, just full of bundles of energy, it just wasn't accepted as I was growing up. And so I had to shrink myself, everybody, and I think that's why I developed such a strong right and left, side of who I was. And I re-saw my mom, and she didn't even recognize me. She said I was totally different, and she didn't know who I was anymore. And truth is, I didn't either. I don't know that girl. And I'm sure she's so much fun. And she's so bubbly, and she was always very ostentatious and very, like, the type of girl that wanted everybody to be her friend and cared about everybody. And I don't know where she is anymore. I really don't. And I care for people still, but I can't reach her, It's like she's somewhere. And maybe one day all the walls will break, and I'll remember everything, and I'll be back there, and she'll come out again, and she'll play. And I think she's in those exhibitionist things I do. I'm sure she is. And that's why I come out once in a while and do those. I don't do them all the time because I get back in myself, I think she's that, and I'm not. And it's just like, that's why I can't be that for you all. I don't feel that way. I don't feel that's me. And I watch my things back, and it's not me. You don't understand how it is. It's like something else is there. And I allow that to come through. And then I don't know where it goes again till the next time, and that's how it is. So whenever I get in that way for you, I try to do whatever I can to keep it as long as I can and do whatever. But I don't get in that way a lot. And it takes me a long time to let her through, because it takes a lot of energy from me to do all of that all night and allow me to be there and just be experiencing it and not interact or intervene. It's just really a lot from me. And I'm still there, but I'm like a bystander type thing. I just allow this other energy to just be in me, and that's all. And that's why I'm so strong when I do it, because it's that. And then I have this analytical part of me that's there, and she's strong too. And I think she takes after my adopted mom, who was a nurse and would have medical books, and I would look at them when I was a little girl. I think she developed the psychiatrist in me. So I'm thinking there's a psychiatrist, of course. I do have a tomboy in me. That's why sometimes I'll get into the mood for being a male. Like I told you, I had a male inside my head. I've looked at female pictures and was did orgasm to them before, and I was disgusted afterwards, but it was like this impulse, and it felt like not me, like something else looking through my eyes as something, and it wasn't me. And I did it, and then I was done, and that was that. I'm not that full on. I'm not a lesbian, and I'm not bisexual. I don't go for those terms, and I just want you to know that I'm not that way. Like, I'm sorry to anyone that is that way, and I know I can seem like at times that I am. I think a lot of times what comes in and out of me is such emotional energy that it just, that, I feel that way so strong, and I don't know if I end up not knowing if it's me or not. And it'll be there, and then it won't. And then I'll be normal again. And this fog sometimes comes over me, and I can't get out of depression. And I feel depressed for a long time. I just do my regular things and try to get through it. And, I have so many different feelings up and down all the time, especially if I don't sleep. Like, that makes these energies so much more easy to come inside of me. So I do that a lot stronger. I'm upping my dose of magnesium, and I'm taking 5-HTP with vitamin B6. I'm doing that twice a day now. I'm taking 2 of my magnesiums a day. I'm trying to, help my mentality however I can, and especially the depression. It's not even near my period, and I'm feeling so brain fogged and depressed at times. And for a long time, I wasn't feeling suicidal. I didn't have those thoughts. And not too long ago, I did again. So I think my suicidal one's back. That's another one I have. The suicidal girl, and she's been with me since my brother died. Like, on and off. Sometimes I would go fine, and it would be just fine for a long time. And then all of a sudden, she starts putting really mean thoughts in my head. And they come out of nowhere, people. They come out of nowhere. And like, people have no idea. You just have no idea what they do to you. And how like hopeless you feel. And in that mentality, it's like you don't see any other option, and you don't even know if that's what you want or somebody else wants. And they just come, all the thoughts. I've had that all my life, and I always thought it was me. I would have the nastiest, meanest thoughts in my head. And they would tell me how horrible I am. I think sometimes they were more mean than my dad even said. It was my own self telling me how I'd be better off dead, and how I'm ugly. I hated it. And I was anorexic for years. I could not get out of that state of that one. I could not get her away from me. And she just held me prisoner for so long. And then one day, I don't know how, but it was like a veil lifted and she was gone. And I wanted her to be there sometimes. I wanted to have that. And I would feel like, because I was so used to it, I wanted to be that way so it would be easy to not eat. And back then it was easy. I didn't even want the food. I could go meals without eating. And all of a sudden, the one that wants food is back. And I'm eating everything in sight. One that hoards the food, she's back, and I'm binging on all of this food. And those two fight so much. They really do. And you guys have no idea what it does to you. It's like this one and then that one, and they don't leave you alone because they're in you. And I would want to run away. Always wanted to run away. It's never other people. I realize now I was fighting in my own head. And I think that's what I had to come to terms with. And I think I'm going to stop here because I just realized, it was me. And I'm hopeful that I will start my journey soon. And I just hope that you keep thoughts for me that are good. And understand when I do those videos, it's not really me.